It's the Bob Doyle Show. It's the Bob Doyle Show.
It's the Bob Doyle Show.
And you're seeing a... Really? Well, why should today be any different? I can't think of a reason. It's the Bob Doyle Show, and you got to hear the theme.
It's the Bob Doyle Show.
Several times.
It's the Bob Doyle Show.
All right, that's enough of that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Bob Doyle Show, and regardless of how many times I sat here and went over step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get this show started flawlessly, I forgot that my hard drives often fall asleep, and that was the delay, and it's maddening what happened. But it's what makes the show the magic that it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for being here at the Bob Doyle Show. I am Bob Doyle, and seriously today, we have potentially one of the most amazing shows of all 5.5 of them. And I say 5.5 because we just did episode 4.5 the other day, which I need to address a little bit. All right, well, so right now, there's no one watching, which is okay. This is kind of part of the ramp of the thing. Oh, and I learned a trick that I have to try right now because it didn't ask me again if I wanted to notify my followers, but Brittany Metz told me to just type /notify, and I'm doing that, and it says Bob Doyle went on air. So I'm thinking maybe it's now propagating. So when everybody comes in, should I just start the whole show again? I'm kidding. Broadcasting live on Blab.im /Bob Doyle Secret and YouTube Live. It is the Bob Doyle Show. And here we are again to do something incredible all together. Thank you. Okay. You guys are too kind. And quite frankly, I deserve it. Okay, so look. I realized that, I've kind of come into this show with this assumption that, everybody knows who I am, which was so arrogant, right? So egotistical. Just because I've been in an industry for however many years doesn't mean that everybody knows Bob Doyle and why yeah. So I thought I'd take a couple of minutes and just tell you a little bit about myself by sharing some of my background. So to do that, I think we should start at the beginning. So I'm going to go to a black screen real quick, and then you're going to see me over here. And then we are about to see, ladies and gentlemen, the most adorable possible thing you could possibly imagine. It's me as a baby. Now, look, before you start running off, I think it's important that you all understand that these are my roots, and we wouldn't all be here together right now if it weren't for what I'm trying to get you to see here, except, of course, that it's not playing. And I think it's, again, because my external hard drives have fallen asleep. Here we go. Now, look, I'm not going to sit here and have you watch, hours and hours of home movies because, well, first of all, it doesn't want to play. It's flirting with playing, but it's not playing. And that's getting a little annoying because, as you see, this was something I planned. This was a thing. This was a whole shtick I had planned, right? A whole bit. And now, for some reason, it doesn't want to play. And there's nothing I can do about it. And that's the beauty of live broadcast. It's what do you do in these moments right now when everything is just saying, you know what, Bob, we're not going to cooperate with you at all. I'll tell you what we do. We move on because I do have a plan B. Now, last time we talked about Be Bob's Head. Now, this is something we can do only when there are people in the room. So it's actually kind of opportune that we don't have anyone in the room right now because to demonstrate how Be Bob's Head works, I'm going to use, this would have been way more effective if we'd gotten to see, the movie over here. I have no idea. It's just irritating, it gets under my skin a little. Because you come to these shows and you go, here's the thing, really. So you know what this lesson is? Here's the lesson I'm taking from it. First of all, let's move it so that people can see me. Now, I just see that Heather Karwacki is live. She's on Periscope. She is subscribed to this show that's on right now, and she's broadcasting on Periscope. What? I wish there was a way. You know what we should do? Oh, this is what we should do. I should go onto her Periscope right now. Well, I should, but I'm not gonna. But that would be fun if I had thought that through a little bit more. Oh, because you know what I could do? I could share the Periscope screen right here. I could get on Heather's Periscope, and then we could, the possibilities we could have if there were other people here in the room. Hello again, Yuri. Thank you for being here. It's nice to have you here. It's just you and me today. I don't know. I sent the memo. I did the whole thing. It's quite all right, though. I was just about to say that we were talking about Bebop's head, which, of course, you got to witness last time. And I got to tell you, I was really hoping that we were going to have a special guest which would have made the show. And I'll tell you about that in just a second for those of you watching the replay. But let me get back to the topic at hand. So Bebop's head is basically a feature of this show where you call in via Skype, although I want to test something new today. Call in via Skype, and then I bring you into this screen right here, put your head right here on my shoulders, and you say whatever you want, and I do the hand movement. I know, it sounds like a hacky bit, and it probably is, and I may not do it for very long, but I'm going to give it a few weeks, because I think with the right people in the room and the right amount of creativity and chemistry, well, I think we might have something. I know, Yuri, but I don't know. What's the deal? You said that last time. Do you have a cam? We got to get that going. But it's okay. It's okay because today, in moving along with the theme that I tried to have going, and I guess I can see if in the background here without being too distracting if I can get that video back up again. Because, I mean, I know you guys want to see it. Why wouldn't you want to see it? I think everyone pretty much knows that looking at other people's family home movies is pretty much the most interesting thing you can do. All right. So anyway, so here we go. So instead of bringing in someone via Skype or even trying this other method, because I need somebody in the room to try the other method too, I'm going to show you with just a couple of pictures. So here's what we have. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have been debating on what order to show you these pictures. These are both pictures of me. And I think, I think I'm going to do it this way, and we'll see. And then I'll watch back later and go, I should have done it the other way. So what I'm going to do is bring in a picture of me from just 6 years ago. I think this is 6 years ago. Hold on. Boom. All right. So here's my head. And the way it would work is if we were doing, wow, that works even better because the headphones fit right on there. And then your head would be sitting there, and I would be doing this to whatever you say. Like, the Bob Doyle Show is the #1 show I have ever watched in my entire life. The only difference, of course, is it would be your head, and your head would be moving, and it wouldn't be all nice and cut out green screen-wise or whatever. So, it would be a block. But think of the imaginative possibilities there. Okay, now here, I have another picture here, and I want to show you. So, like I said, this over here, this is 6 years ago. I moved to California. I changed my hair. I grow this thing. And now I look like this. And I got this hair length thing going because Lynn wants it. And everybody, my kids tell me I got a mullet. And I'm like, it's not a mullet, but am I living in denial? Because from what I understand, people are telling me, business in the front, party in the back, that what I'm sporting, ladies and gentlemen, is a mullet. Look. Is it? Because I just can't. Lynn says no, because I know she can't bear to, because I'm only doing this because of her. This over here, I was fine with this. But it's okay. I'm okay with this too. But here's what I want to show you. So this picture is 6 years ago. The picture I'm about to show you, what did I say? It's 23 years ago. The picture I'm about to show you is 23 years old. Boom. All right, so this was taken on my driveway 23 years ago. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's see if I can... This is hard to mirror. I can't do it. Now, come on. What do I look more like? Coco has joined the party. Coco, I was just saying, this is a picture of me that I found that was 23 years ago. Everything's the same. I just got a little bit more. And back then is when everybody was calling me Jesus and stuff like that. As opposed to this 6 years ago, which I don't know. I think this is more me, right? This, like, hello, I'm Bob, and this is pretty much me. I just went full circle. I was trying to find other pictures. I actually have pictures where I had like a buzz cut for a while. In 2000, for some reason, I shaved not all of it. I didn't, do a skinhead. I just went super short, and then that was it. I don't know why. Because when I look at it, I look like I escaped from somewhere. It's not a happy thing. All right, so hi, Coco. So I don't know what's going on here. Nobody's here, except that that's normal for new things, and it's okay because people don't know about this show's awesomeness yet. Maybe because we haven't achieved the state of awesome. I'm not sure. So look, today here's what I was hoping would happen today. Obviously, clearly not going to happen today, but I believe now, especially since I'm mentioning it now, that I will make sure that it happens at some point. Oh, I know I'll get there. When I rehearse, I'm already there. Hey, Cody. Okay, he's curling up. So a couple of episodes ago, it was episode 3, which I forgot to hit record on Blab, so it's only available on the YouTube Live version. I was interviewing someone, and I threw out to the audience, you tell me who I'm interviewing and what they do. So I was basically asking the audience to come up with a name. Just make up a name. So they threw out the name Dino Wells. I thought, okay, that's the name. What does he do? Nobody came up with anything, so I don't know. I read off. I swear, I think I read. This says Emmy's Best, but I came up with something about the word energy. I don't remember. So we talked about that for a while. So then, yesterday, I'm coming back here to the Blab page to share, so I could fill the room with all these people. And I see that the second person to subscribe, you're getting ahead of me, Dino Wells. And it's not, it's not just Dino Wells. It's actually the real Dino Wells. That's the whole, it's like as if to say, dude, okay? So not only that, so now I check out his profile, and he's this heavyweight boxer guy, and I'm going, okay, great. What's going on? What have I done, right? He subscribed to my show. He's coming after me. That's what's happening right out of the gate. So I go to his channel to see who is this guy. And he's like the sweetest guy on the planet, and he's up to something. And I'd love to, with the massive audience I have. Of course, as you all, well, I shouldn't say you all know this, but some of you do. At least, there she is. Look what the cat dragged in after she finished her Periscope. I'm kidding. I love you, Heather. And I'm just a Joshin. But I did notice that you started a Periscope at exactly the same time as I started my show. So unless the subject of your show was, guys, what are you doing watching me? Get on over to the BobDoyleShow.com or Blab.im/BobDoyleSecret. You know this voice right here? The only reason this voice is a voice that people make fun of is that at some point in time, people use this voice. Like that was something that was real. And that's why people make fun of it today. Where was I? Oh, Dino Wells, right. So anyway, so I was so hoping he would be, okay, good. So that'll be for Thursday night. That's the next scope. I'm looking at my Blab feed here, and it looks like so choppy. Is it choppy for you guys too? I know the YouTube Live is just smooth as silk. Hey, look, Heather, are you willing to come on the show so that I can test something technical? Or Coco, or either one of you, because Yuri already said he couldn't do it. Okay, awesome. Let me unlock the seat and jump in here, if you would. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Heather Karwacki. Yes, choppy. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I have a uber fast. Oh, there she is. Sorry. Uber fast internet connection. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. There she is, the lovely and talented Heather Karwacki. This is the first time we've ever connected like this.
Yes, hello.
It's all been text and messages.
Yeah.
So I wanted to try something, if you don't mind. And I'm basically it is to because I love streaming on YouTube Live because of the quality of it. But what we miss is you right now because
Yeah.
right. And as I was watching the one we did the other day with Lynn and some other, when we had people in here, it's like it totally misses it without being able to hear the person.
Yeah.
So I want to try to see if I can figure out a way to hack you into my picture. So
Okay.
hold on just a second. I'm going to try something here. Ladies and gentlemen, the technology you're about to witness.
It's amazing.
I know. And how does he think of this?
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, there she is. Right there. In fact, let me move over a little bit. Although with the
My
Blab
big
screen, you're
head.
kind of... Yeah, let me just... Yeah. Now, hey, you can be Bob's head. There you go.
There you go.
Well, except you got a hand growing out of your shoulder. I got your hands covered right here.
There you go.
Yeah. So this is awesome. That means I can bring all my Blab guests into this, move them
Yeah.
around, and go, hello, I'm Heather. I'm going to the store over here. Right? And they can't do anything about it. But yeah. So this is awesome. That means that now the YouTube, I don't have to fill in the blanks, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
YouTube Live can now be a part of the Blab thing. I can
There you
truly
go.
simulcast and not lose any content.
Nope.
See, it just gets better every day. Even with all the little guffaws, it gets better every day.
Yeah.
Heather, I want to thank you seriously
Sure.
for
no
all
problem.
well, you didn't even let me finish. But okay,
So,
just as general
sorry.
thanks.
It's my woman thing.
It's
I cut
just
people off.
yeah. You're welcome, whatever it is. It's absolutely no problem. No, for just you've been of great support to me as we've
Thank
as
you.
we've launched this thing, and also jumping in on my periscopes and things like that. I appreciate that very much.
Sure.
So, I realized I think yesterday or something that I wasn't subscribed to you, so I fixed that.
Oh, well, thank you.
But anyway, all right. Well, I'll let you go. I just wanted
Alrighty.
to test this, and I appreciate the fact that you helped.
Oh, no problem.
All right. See ya.
All right.
Okay. Bye, ladies and gentlemen. Heather Karwacki. All right, let's get rid of that over there. All right. All right, we are here for Apptacular, ladies and gentlemen, and I think you all know what Apptacular is. Apptacular is when I share an app that I think is spectacular with you, and you're going to want to run to get this one if you enjoy things that are visual. I think you'll see a theme in some of the stuff I do. It's pretty much going to be visual or musical, I think, for the most part, although if I can find a great game I want to share on these, I will. Now, here's the thing about this one. First of all, let me just, I won't keep you in suspense anymore. Where's my full iPad? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're looking at right now, aside from me getting a Fiverr job along the top of the screen there, is a program called Frax HD, and it's all around fractals. You all know what fractals are, right? If you don't, here's a definition. A curve or geometric figure, each part of which, you can't even see it on the Blab, can you? Or maybe you can, I can't tell. It's probably too small. Anyway, geometric, each part of which has the same statistical character as the whole. That's really the most important part. So if you look at a fractal and you zoom out here, which, let me get rid of this. You don't need this block in the view. And you don't really need me in here anymore either. So as you zoom in to a fractal, you'll see that it basically just keeps replicating itself because this is all math, and this is all happening in real time. Okay, and it just, as you scroll down and scroll down and scroll down. Now this is the basic concept. Okay, this is a fractal generation program. Now now you'll notice that the colors are sliding. I just want to now this is so complicated that I couldn't possibly tell you everything. It would boggle your mind. And it might get too complicated, even for me, because I'm just learning it. Because there are two different basic phases or different versions, if you will, of this. Okay, I'm so sorry about that ringing sound. There we go. There's the version I told you, Frax HD, and then you can upgrade to Pro, which adds all kinds of other things in here that I won't get to because you'll discover that on your own. Now, this particular if I tap the screen, and you'll see along the bottom it says motion, colors, light, and texture. And you'll see that colors is chosen. And so that the gestures that I do on the screen, like dragging my fingers around, which is what I'm doing, are affecting the colors. And if I swipe and sort of let go, it starts them cycling. Like right now, I'm not touching the screen, and the colors are just cycling. Now when I tap the screen again, they stop. Now I'm going to go over to motion, and with motion, now I can move around, I can zoom out, and again, if I start a zoom out and let go of the screen, it'll just continue to glide all on its own at whatever angle I say. And actually, as I'm holding and turning the iPad, it's actually moving it too. I'm not really used to using it that way, but anyway, so it'll just zoom out and zoom out and zoom out, and while you can get all this animation stuff happening at once, is basically. So if I hit colors and hit start, the colors start to cycle. If I hit lights and hit there's a little tiny play arrow above it. I don't know if you can see it. Then the lights, there are some lights in this little universe, and they start spinning around too. And then I hit motion, and then it's like that. Now this is just one fractal that this program comes with. And of course you can create your own and all different variations of it. Let me just show you here. If I click up here in the upper left-hand corner, it opens up a gallery. Now, these are sort of presets, if you will, for various fractals, right? So if I hit one of these, let's say it loads it in, and it says there's a name, and so it's got a preset. So it comes in already doing this business. Now, this, to me, is already so freaking cool. So anyway, I click the check mark to basically accept that one. And now if I'm in the motion mode, again, I can explore all around. I can zoom out, and zoom out and zoom out and zoom out and zoom out and zoom out, and then zoom back in or get that thing going. I can hit colors, and again, I can move my finger around and do different things with the colors. I can change the entire spectrum of them I can randomize basically underneath that colors button. I click randomize, and the only thing that changed here are the colors. And I can just keep doing that and doing that and doing that and doing that and doing that until I find something that I like, although I really like all of them. And, and then I can click the animation and all like this. So basically, this particular Frax Explore is really truly about exploring fractals and the amazing world of basically infinity. Look at that. It's mentioned by Heather Karwacki, The Bob Doyle Show, episode 5. Look at that. It came up on the Blab. How cool is that? Thank you, Heather. All right. So this is really just one of those programs, and I want to show you if I was to now another program that I'm a huge fan of, which I'll talk about on another one, is this. It's a meditation program called Calm. This is a whole other thing, but what I want to do now is I'm just going to let the music from the Calm app play, and then I'm going to go back over to Fractal Land here. I'm going to choose one. Let's see, this maybe. I'm going to move over here. I'm just going to get a slow zoom going. Oh, slower than that. I want even slower than that. Slower. Whoops. Anyway, the point is, I think because I'm holding it, it's doing all kinds of stuff. Here we go. You just get lost. It's so relaxing because it just keeps going and going and building, and you see all the different little nuances of what's going on, and then to be able to change it with the colors and get that level of animation going. And again, you can play with it and play with it and play with it. And there are many, many presets, and you could lose yourself for hours in there. Let me just turn this off there. And ladies and gentlemen, that has been Apptacular. Now, let me type in here how to get that, because I've got a link this time already for you. BobDoyleShow.com, Frax HD. This will basically forward you over to the App Store. It's an iPad thing. And here's the thing. It is so math intensive. It's got to be in your iPad. Otherwise, it's probably not going to run. Or it'll be real choky or not as high resolution. So this is the iPad Pro, but any of the more recent ones are probably your best bet. Okay, so since we don't have Dino today, but I'm going to get him because I want him to come in here now. And now that I know I can bring people in thanks to Heather, oh my God, my life has changed again. It just adds a whole new level of planning. Speaking of planning, I just have to say this. I keep saying that all I want this show to be is me turning this microphone on, turning on the camera, and going. But I keep planning because I realize I have to have a plan. I can't just do that every time. Maybe every now and then there's a show that's just really, and you know it's going to be that, where it's like, this is the Anything Goes show. I have no idea. This is the sort of brainstorming. I don't know what this show is. I don't know what it's going to be. But I want to share this with you guys. Because, you, all two of you, early adapters who can say you were there. One of my favorite comedians is a guy named Paul F. Tompkins. He's just a great storyteller. I love his sense of humor. He goes down absurd roads. I just think he's awesome. And he has done podcasts and done lots of things that I love. Like, I look at what he does and I go, that's exactly what I've been wanting to do. And this is one of those, I don't get starstruck. I don't have a long list of people who I really want to meet. He's one of those people who I think that if I had a conversation with him, I'd say probably some of the stupidest stuff ever. But point is, I heard a podcast with him and he was talking about the creation of his podcast that he did several years ago, called the Pod F Tomcast, and he had done one at that time, and he was talking to the interviewers about, I don't know what it's going to be. It's evolving, it's exploring. I'm going to bring somebody in, we talk about something, and then maybe we'll say, well, next time we'll do it a different way. Like, his approach that I'm finding out as of 2 days ago is exactly what I've been saying to everybody that I want to do, and don't tell me otherwise. I mean, I have to share this with you too, and I won't get into too much detail, because this isn't an anti-Lynn story. But after the last episode, which was 4.5, I came off of that one, even though I don't. Yeah, so we had Lynn on there, we had the head, we did all kinds of fun stuff, and we got off of that, and I was feeling pretty good. I felt relaxed, and that's kind of what I'm wanting it to feel like. And I could just tell Lynn was like, she didn't get it, and she didn't get it so much that she basically told me, that, hey, I understand you want to just kind of go like this, but maybe some kind of agenda, or maybe, and then she goes something about like up-level the humor. And at the same time as, going ouch a little bit, because there was my significant other telling me that they didn't think I was funny or whatever it was, I was also like, hooray, I don't want her to tell me that she gets it if she doesn't get it. And I don't care if she gets it. I don't care if anybody gets it. I want to find the people who get it. Of course, it may change what there is to be got as time goes on. But for the moment, it's you two. It's Heather and Coco, right? And everyone they tell. But don't tell anybody now, because I'm about to wrap it up. But I just thought that was really, really, I had to kind of be with that, because she was so clear. And she kept giving me suggestions about what I should do. And I just looked at her with a huge smile on my face and said, Lynn, I'm not going to do anything you tell me to do. And she got it. She was like, okay. Like, then she just knew that input is not on the table at this point until I ask, And I think there are some people I'll take input from and some people I won't. And because they're coming at it from different things. I think, honestly, if we can be real, because that's what this show's about, I think, Lynn doesn't want me to make an idiot of myself. She's trying to protect my feelings, or I don't know, whatever. I really want this to be good, and she's seeing where it was going or whatever, and she's going, I don't get it. She doesn't think it's funny. And so she doesn't want to see me crash and burn. And I'm trying to say, hey, I'm totally willing to crash and burn, but I'm not going to do what I don't want to do. And that is all there is to it. But I still get all wound up before I start the show because of so many buttons I have to push within like 3 seconds. There's 5 things that all have to happen. And I wiggity-wagged it today because of my hard drives. So you know what I have to do? I'm not going to tell you, it'd be boring. I have to move everything to my C drive. Told you anyway. My external drives keep falling asleep, and then I go to press a button to start it, and there's picture. That doesn't work. I need to push the button, and it needs to fire. So that means I got to put everything on a drive that doesn't go to sleep. Now we've all learned something. All of us watching the replay. All of us. All of us. Okay, so I'm going to say this about Thursday's show, and then I am out of here. Thursday night show is at 5 p.m. Pacific time, so it's later in the evening, and it is totally going to be ukulele-centric. In fact, it's going to be 100% ukulele, I believe. So, and it won't just be me playing. I'm probably going to be obnoxious about the ukulele stuff, like, here's all my ukes, and here's the banjo uke, here's the waterproof uke, here's the little pocket uke, and then I'll get into playing and all that. So if you're not into the uke, don't show up on Thursday. If you are, please be here. It'll be awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Just wait a year from now. Just wait.